Hi, my name is Glavin.
Okay, today we are going to talk about whether to buy subsale or new development. Now, Glavin, given a choice, right, whether to buy a subsale or new development, right, which one would you choose?
Wow, I think personally it can be both. I would probably choose new and subsales, but it depends on the situation.
Okay.
Say for example, if I'm buying it for own stay, not all necessary new developments might suit my needs. Sometimes
Correct.
maybe I want to be in a particular place,
Place,
but
yeah.
there is no new developments, so I have no choice but I have to look for a subsale property,
Exactly,
right?
yes.
But maybe if I was going to buy for investment, then I can consider something new as well, based on what the developer has provided or proposed that this area is an upcoming township and it's not really somewhere where I want to stay.
Yeah.
But if it's somewhere where I think I can get rental returns, then I will consider new projects as well. So I think the answer for me is I'll
Yes
buy
and
both.
no.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'll buy both. Yeah.
But for me, right, I really want a new place. I have this particular mindset, right? Someone has stayed inside, they have got their feng shui inside and all that kind of things.
True.
And perhaps they sold it to me at a premium because they have renovated the place.
Yes.
So which the renovation might not suit me. So I always tend to look for new development, even for own stay also.
Yeah. I mean,
But
you're
of
like a
course-
friend of mine who are very scared of buying subsales because he's so worried that if he buys a subsale, then there will be a history in the house that he's not sure of.
Which
So
is true.
they prefer to just buy something that is new with no history.
Correct.
That's some people, I guess.
But let's talk about what is the pro and cons of buying a subsale. What do you think?
I think the benefit of buying subsale, like I mentioned, is because it's a completed project or it's a completed house. The township might be something that is already stable. We already know what the situation is like. So it's nice to go to an area where you see everything is completed and you know what to expect.
Yes, and rather than you expect something that the developer has promised you, and then eventually that doesn't have so many population, and they tell you that lots of developer will tell you, oh, this brand will comes in and this franchise will come in, and turns out that there's a fallout. Okay, it doesn't come true.
That's true.
And the whole entire township becomes so quiet.
Yes.
And the worst thing is, even if you want to buy something like grocery shopping, you can't even buy it in your neighborhood area. You have to travel like 20 minutes
That's
to
right.
go out of your neighborhood area to buy it.
That's
Which I often see this kind of situation happen, right?
That's right. So
Yes.
I think that's another reason why some people will feel it's safer to consider subsales because, like you said, you can already see everything, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So new projects, but not to say that all new projects are bad. There are also reputable developers that you know they've already built relationship with their partners. So you can expect the supermarkets or the banks that will probably come into that same area.
Correct.
Yeah.
And sometimes when buy subsale, you tend to have a kind of security whereby you see other people neighbor area already, the pricing already going up.
Yes.
And you know that for sure you buy this property, even though it's for your own stay, you know that this property, even though you buy for your own stay, is a good investment, and for 10 years later, it will still goes up in
That's right.
price, and which is good for appreciation. Although in the market right now, a lot of people hoo-ha about below market value.
Correct.
But first of all, you have to come up with 10%. Then after that, you have to pay your legal fees, and then your MOT, your stamp duty, and then also your valuation fees and insurance and fire insurance,
Adds up to a
etc.
lot.
Exactly,
That's a
that's
lot of
a
money.
sum of money. You
Yes.
at least have to prepare about 20% if you can able to secure a 90% loan. Correct. Yep.
So I think that's the reason why subsales may not be as attractive to maybe even the younger working adults who are just starting to build a family, and if they have to cough up so much money, then they'll dig into their savings. So with developers now offering most of the time decent rebates, absorption of fees and stuff, I think younger adults might find new projects more attractive.
Yes.
And people who probably have been in the industry or invested a few times, they may find that, okay, you know what, buying subsales might be better. So no right, no wrong.
I also think that new developments, beside that, new development has something good, which is it's a new place.
Yes.
You expect a lot of new generation people coming
Yes.
to stay that place, and also there will be a lot of happening. You love, most of the people like the new township rather than the old township. So sometimes it's good if the developer is a reputable developer, and when they keep their promises, definitely the new township is going to be very vibrant
That's
in
right.
the future.
And I think also you mentioned about being new, it also lead to the fact about maintenance, for example.
Correct.
Yeah.
Especially when you buy subsale, right? That
Yeah.
tends to be some, leaking issue.
Yes.
This is very usual, especially if you stay more than 5-6 years, you will see some symptoms really. Especially if you stay in a places where often raining and the wind
True.
is too strong, some of your roof tiles may
Leak.
just move a little
Oh,
bit,
yes,
and
yes.
yeah, and it happened to you
Of
so
course,
many times,
yes,
right? Your
yes. You
toilet.
have got to fix leaking issues,
Oh
internal
yes.
piping issues, and you got to hack the whole wall.
Correct. I heard
So
about
all
your
these
horror story.
exactly. So all these are hidden costs of
Correct.
subsales, for example.
And I heard about you have to hack off your entire marble wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just to fix
How much was it
leaking
cost?
pipe. It was in the whole thing. The whole thing
Yes.
cost at least about 50 over 1,000.
Crazy,
Yeah,
you know.
50 over 1,000.
And you
Hacking
buy-
and redoing the whole place. Yeah.
Exactly. Buy a premium property, come with a premium
Price.
cost as well.
Yes,
Premium
correct,
price.
correct. Yeah.
And when your wall, especially marble wall,
Mhm.
not homogeneous tiles
No,
or
yes.
ceramic tiles.
Yes.
When marble wall hack off, you have to replace with the exact same marble.
Yes.
It's gonna cost you a fortune.
Exactly. So, I mean, if you don't want all these troubles, that might be a safer bet to go for something new. But if you want to take that risk and enjoy what you really want to buy, then sometimes subsales is the only way to go.
But I have to add on this.
Yeah.
If you want to buy a new project, you want to have a mind free, you want to have easy things, you don't want to have leaking and all that. You also have to choose a very good developer.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
developer will give you a very good quality material rather than they just build for the sake of building. And never settle for less, and don't just buy it because it is cheap. Pricing, yes, everybody look at the budget, everyone has got a budget, but the problem is a lot of time when they look into the budget and buy something that's cheap, that tends to get something cheap as well.
So yeah, I guess basically that would be a summary of my point of view as per whether I should buy a subsales or a brand new property. In conclusion, I would say there is no right or wrong. As you pointed out, it really depends on what you want.
Correct.
And should you go for subsales or new, you just got to be prepared for all these hidden costs or hidden activities that may surface later on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, if you buy old property, you have to do some renovation. There's need to do some cleaning up. Perhaps you don't like the design, you have to redesign again.
Yes.
Yes, and there are things that you need to replace, especially wiring that's getting old. So these are the things that wear and tears that you need to be aware of. So there are a lot of people asking whether should I buy a subsale or new development. It really depends on whether you want it for investment or you want it for your own stay. It also depends on your preference whether you want to stay in a new development or subsales. So when you want to use it for your own stay, it also depends on your needs and what you want. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!